Gonna start tweeting like a 6-year-old. Lemonade stand just made 50 cents. Dear ghosts, if you can move stuff around and flicker lights, then you can use a mop. Millionaire player calls wife for phone a friend and another man answers the phone. Welcome to fluid mechanics. Don't mind the water on the ground, it's part of the course. TV remote normally, TV remote when I accidentally sit on it. Volume. What is wrong with people at my school? They might just be a bit hungry. These flower shells are shotgun shells, loaded with flower seeds instead of birdshot buckshot. These shells can be shot into the ground to plant flowers. The idea is that instead of taking life from the world, you'll be giving life back. The dude that tried to break into my house, the people of Puerto Rico are carrying a guillotine to the governor's mansion right now. The French, my true successor. I always wondered how getting guillotined would feel. Met a young chap today in the corn pit. Heard banging and shouting all day. Thought my neighbor was stressed out building flat pack furniture. Turns out he was locked in his toilet for 8 hours screaming help, and he's had to run through the wall. Thinking about losing some weight? Which method do you think is the most effective? Paleo, keto, Mediterranean diet, eat in front of a mirror, naked. One's more psychological. Inflation has gotten so bad that it now takes 2 Karens to speak to the manager. Humans are the most violent species. Average day is an ant. Us, because our school is so poor, they make us put up fences for a grade. For a higher grade, I would build a new school. Fire hose versus flamethrower. This is everything I didn't know I needed to see today. Hamsters watching you from hell after dying in the most traumatic way possible. Why are they going to hell? My niece's hamster crawled inside the crevices of an oven and it was a Sunday. King dies. His eldest son. Oh no, guess I'm king now. Me trying to figure out how my hand feels after falling asleep on it. I started my multi-billion-dollar company in my parents' garage. Their parents' garage. Girls when they make fun of guys' height, weight, social standing, and pee-pee size. Girls when they get called fat. A guy offered to buy me a drink at the bar and came back with a full cup of pickles to share. This would work on me. It'd work if you wanted me to leave. Boiling some rocks. You can't just boil rocks. Yeah, you can. I've never seen rocks being boiled. Doesn't feel allowed. Oops, what the hell do you mean? Oops. Oops. Scientists may have miscalculated our global warming timeline. That 360 was super necessary. I wonder if gorillas know how funny they are. Oh, they know. I never lived it, but how I yearn to go back. Bro, just get a girlfriend and have a barbecue. It's literally not hard. They poop 145 times a day. KSI wants me on his next song. Do I do it? KSI threatens to collab with good artist. Slenderman if he hated college algebra. None of this matters anymore. Landmines are cheaper than a wall. Why are all of the comments saying, blank our cat? I don't think he's that scary. If we make guns illegal, no one will ever get shot. That's how we stopped everyone from doing drugs. In fact, the typical UK adult is currently harboring 6 grudges, according to a poll. Let me think. How many grudges do I have? I can't think of the top of my head, but I probably have like 4. I love the news. This is from a real article. This is skewed by Scots, Irish, and Welsh whose grudges are all against the English. I like A. Wow, me too. How fortunate to meet someone of like mind. Indeed. Yes, A. 6-year-old me, after trying my parents' toothpaste instead of my strawberry rainbow unicorn toothpaste. I missed the days when, no matter how slow your internet was, if you paused any video and let it buffer long enough, you could watch it uninterrupted. My ancestors watching me use a GPS to get somewhere I've been 14 times. Introducing the flat sun theory. Miss Universe versus McDonald's worker. It's usually the cashier when you're buying something. Today I learned a cat's rib paw will always follow the place their front paw has stepped. I love it when my dog does this. Hey, giant brass needle has me acting like a mouse adventurer. I found a good use for the dark and creepy corner of my new room. I think a massive fridge belongs here, or a massive freezer where you can store body parts, or a poster. Yeah, they're very sleepy. Not sleepy enough to lay in the box, but very sleepy on my chest. I assume this is like couch sleepy versus bed sleepy for people. Hey, sup, do you want to hang out? Nah, I have a lot to do today, sorry. Listening to music, crying in bed. I just saw a pre-sunrise bird and thought, what are you doing up so early? And when I looked closer, it was eating a literal worm. The early bird? You met the early bird? Please tell me you took a photo. How bored do you gotta be to draw this in school, bro? A good character design is one which can be identified by its silhouette alone. Feels so good to hold 5 colored objects. Oh my god. Am I doing this right? Absolutely right. I want to kiss you. Okay, anything else you want to do? Pass chemistry? Applying for a position as a bouncer because I fundamentally misunderstood the job description. They said I'm overqualified. I think moths are pretty cool. What the hell? A moth made this tweet. What if I'm a moth? You would never know, would you? I could be a moth right now. I'd rather die than buzz an employee to give me deodorant. I genuinely feel like if someone wants to steal deodorant, we should let them. Who made that mess? You did, King. Positioned the bones like an archaeologist discovering a dinosaur. I left my front door open and my Roomba just went out and I can't find it. What are the consequences of this? It has no natural predators. It'll be dead soon. Nature abhors a vacuum. 6-year-old me seeing a girl like this at the supermarket. I will never recover from this. I ordered a pair of AirPod Pros from Apple. Express delivery via courier. I thought it asked for delivery instructions, but apparently it was for engraving. Backdoor if possible. When I was 9, I asked my mum what a fetish was, and she was like, it's when you love something a lot. And I told her I had a fetish for video games, and she said, no you don't. Called out for being a fake gamer by your own mother. Brutal. Quitting asthma, because I don't want it anymore. If I had to choose a last meal before getting sent to the gallows, I would choose all of the world's suffering, so nobody has to hurt anyone. I would choose Olive Garden endless breadsticks. Oh, I love breadsticks. Changing my answer, I can't wait to have fun on my day off. Me on my day off. Money? I haven't heard that name in years. A friend who has worked in Chicago his entire life tells me it's not that violent. He's a tail gunner on a school bus. When the signs are against you, push to open. If that does not work, pull. If both do not work, try the actual entrance to your left. He was being naughty, so I showed him rabbit stew recipes. People have genuinely got mad about this, and I'm not sure how to explain this, but Paddy can't read. Yeah, but he can feel. He understands emotions. Another satisfied client. Yeah, how do you know if they're satisfied when no one has survived using this? I started out with nothing, and I still have most of it. Barber, what you want? Him, what does it mean to want? Say no more. Lockdown was almost half a decade ago. Mosquitoes, when they suck the blood of kids who eat lunchly. Artist Christian Young makes his paintings using solely Microsoft Paint. This person delivering my food seems incredible. Why I deliver? I am obsessed with carrying containers. Our terrible world. Receipt is printed. Do you want the receipt? No. Receipt goes in trash. A utopia. Do you want your receipt? No. Ungodly piece of paper is never even born. A trend I've noticed that I'm deeply tickled by. Wizard evolution. Pre-2000s, 2000s to 2010s, 2020. Woman who left her back door open during a storm found herself with 3 unexpected guests in her living room. Then call me racist. I don't care. The only colors I see are people's auras and chakras while I'm attuning them. Bro, do you really have to circle it when it's the only thing in the picture? That's its aura. Its aura's kinda weak. And it's also mixing with red. Must be a good and bad meme. Please note, the post-apocalyptic fiction section has been moved to current affairs when the problem asks you what the problem is. I'm looking at the problem. I used to lie to you. My mum didn't say no. I did. The whole time, I never asked my mum. I don't know anything about cars or sports. Some punk. Hey, I'm outside in the 2012 Zilly-Hoo Honda. Me, what color is it? I think fathers lose their mind a little bit when they realize their daughters aren't as forgiving as their wives. Also, I think husbands lose their mind a little bit when they realize their wives aren't as forgiving as their mothers. There it is. I spent an embarrassing amount of time just admiring how beautiful the apples at the store looked. I love you, waxy apple. I love eating wax. It's wax apple season. This is so funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say my name 3 times. Why? What if the day is latibilate? To hide in a corner in an attempt to escape reality. Okay, well we're bringing that back obviously. Earth is littered with the ruins of empires that believed themselves to be endless. I'd have to show this to my ancient civilizations class as an example of monumental architecture and collapse. Official ominous sign. Data shows disconnect between Americans' perceived financial strain and reality. We can't afford groceries. Sauce? Today, nobody showed up to my class at 8:15. 0 of about 40 students. Sitting in the empty room, I emailed them, trying to disguise my hurt feelings. 2 minutes later, I get a reply. Professor, we think you might be in the wrong room. So anyway, off I go to live in a hole forever. There is one birthday boy among us. Nathan was the birthday boy. It's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours. Came to my parents' house. I saw they were cleaning the garage out. I kept driving. I did not sign up for that today. You made an executive decision. A shower thought I had. Which is cuter? I just see Dream's mask. The first one made me jump, and that's the one which looks like Dream the most. This was pulled up on the computer when I walked into work this morning. Is it illegal to touch a praying mantis? Oh, there are no states saying that you aren't allowed to keep a praying mantis as a pet. I have a smartphone, tablet, and a computer at home. I don't want or need a laptop in my effing car. My stand mixer looks like I've just forced it to commit an atrocity. My hands were clean until you found me. Cast it into the batter. Fry it. No, this tweet has been deleted and makes it 10 times funnier. Beef jerky so expensive I might have to start jerking the meat myself. POV, you tried to buy groceries in this economy? Did you buy the bread and butter? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. My wife yelling at me about the shoes all over the floor by the back door, and then her suddenly stopping mid-word as she realizes that all the shoes are hers might be the greatest moment in my life thus far. The Midwest doesn't have any culture. The Midwest. Soup of the day. Cold beer. Me enters room for an important purpose. The room. My uncle died, and a week later, a fat seagull smashed through my screen door and ate hot dog skin from my garage. I knew it was him, and all I could do was smile. Wall-E came out 13 years ago. How are you still littering? A Bug's Life came out 22 years ago. How are you still not seizing the means of production? Because we're lazy, okay? We're like that caterpillar dude. Dude, because I'm in the lead, I've officially decided that indie animation is now a competition. Blue Shell. Oh no. Darth Vader. My wife is dead, so I'm gonna kill a lot of people. Someone. Oh, that sucks. Who killed her? This is the type of thing modern Arthur Morgan would post on his Facebook. On a Sunday at 9 a.m, two horses with their foreheads touching close, look into each other's eyes, bonding, showing affection together against the world. My coworker asked me to babysit the kitten she is fostering while she traveled. Kitten is laying it on thick. Must resist adopting. We need to melt down all the pennies and make the Statue of Liberty a girlfriend. The Statue of Liberty is a girl. Not every child will become a lawyer or a doctor. Teach your kids that it's okay to work with your hands and build cool stuff. Everyone, visible happiness. If someone disrespects you, address it immediately. Don't let anyone treat you anyhow. Never tolerate disrespect. The problem is, you don't even realize someone disrespected you until you're in the shower. She's literally right, you sexist piece of poop. Climb on it. Lesser soul gem. Making in real life mutuals at college. This is crazy. You mean friends? Guys online will say, check out this analog horror. It's so scary. Then you watch it and it's, what if the Statue of Liberty was evil? What if man smiled big? What if men smile? One of my favorite pieces of insane movie trivia is that the jaw-snapping helmet in Saw was 100% real and actually functioned. That picture looks like you just said that off-screen to her mid-scene. I only lost because a moth flew onto my nuts while I was playing, and I panicked and slapped my nuts and lost the match. I'm waking up to moth and dust. I missed the moth and I slapped my nuts. They won't publish the book I wrote on penguins. Why? They say I should have written it on paper. Two consenting adults should be able to duel each other to the death without legal repercussions. I said what I said. I agree. Stay indoors here alone for 9 months with stable electricity, food, and Wi-Fi for 15 million. Are you in or out? In. Look at that view. Me opening that one message bro sent at 3 in the morning, thinking it's something important. Getting ready to move and I'm sad because I've been building up this dust layer on my Vita and it might get disturbed. How come that panda from Kung Fu Panda didn't even realize he was adopted? Bruh, your dad is a ghost. This dude doesn't know science. This dude can't even stop eating. This door handle fits perfectly into this hole in the wall. Wow, it's almost like someone smashed the door into the wall. Or it just fits there perfectly out of randomness and luck. When you're on a cruise and see a raft waving, so they turn the ship around to find out it's pirates, so we leave them. I knew pirates were real and still active, but I didn't know their boats were so lame. This dude subbed to my OF just to send me his Valorant clips. Pretty decent clutch, I don't know. Cats constantly look at you like you just asked them for a ride to the airport. Me in public, listening to other people's conversations, which is obviously none of my business. What 3 words could possibly be better than I love you? All charges dismissed. Elon Musk. China will never be able to replicate our technology. China? Does bro paint in 144p? This style is called Airbrush. I like it. like a meme. The hardest part of being a substitute teacher is sometimes a 12-year-old walks into your classroom wearing a 10-gallon cowboy hat for no reason, and you cannot under any circumstances say, "Hell yeah, bro, why are you sad all the time?" My literal brain is sad. Popular YouTubers. Regular YouTube stuff. Try out every occupation at the same time and suck at it. They finished the game. Black Myth Wukong lost nearly 80% of players, and we know why. Single player game. And idiots. They lost players? Is it true that Fortnite stops after bedtime? I want to play past 9 PM, but my mum says I can't because the game stops working then. But like how? And why does it turn off after then? Yeah, it turns off so everyone can get a good night's sleep. I think they just unplug it somewhere. I don't know. First date idea. We sit and go through your TikTok reposts while you explain exactly what they mean. Dreads. My dad couldn't find Google Chrome, so I did this. POV. 8-year-old me crying because I had issues swallowing steak, and I just kept chewing and got nowhere. I tried all 41 items at Olive Garden. I know that kitchen staff wanted him dead. Fun fact. The context of the Cosmos screaming meme is that Timmy accidentally wished for Cosmos to get pregnant. I am not kidding. I only speak to you. Well, that wasn't very 1,489,381 snap score of you. I was on a catering gig, and I found this sticker on this enormous metal decoration, and I felt the world should be exposed to this anonymous partygoer's act of true unfiltered heroism. What? I felt compelled to commit the unholy sin of putting the Carson DeLusa face on some characters. I go to work, I make my coworkers wonder what is wrong with me, and then I clock out. Ragebait often works on me because I was already angry before I read that. That weird neat girl with bizarre fetishes will save you. You just have to keep logging on and scrolling each day. The world record for the loudest thing ever shouted belongs to an Irish teacher. She shouted the word quiet at 121 decibels. Sound as loud as a thunderclap or a chainsaw. Can you marry your gun in Texas? Yes, it's legal to marry your gun in Texas. What? You may now kiss the gun. Paul Bunyan, America's forgotten kaiju. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Johnny Appleseed, American's forgotten Ronin. Okay, I'm not being funny, but which one am I? I need to piss immediately. Bees and birds. You're a chick. Maybe you're a bee and a bird. Just go in both. If the bees don't like you, just go to the birds. And if the birds don't like you, go to the bees. And if neither like you, piss on both of the doors. Help! I just accidentally tried to say bagel chip and garlic chip at the same time, and it came out gargle sh. This is not a messed up car. Nomeo from Nomeo and Juliet. British is a spectrum. You can either be, "Oi mate, how's it going, Bev?" Or,
"My name is King Williams II, heir to the throne of the British land."
Just because I cheated on my boyfriend with you doesn't mean that I will cheat on you. That's what it does mean, yeah. I know it's cliche to say so, but this hospital is charging parents $39.95 to hold their newborn baby. What? This would go so hard in Vocaloid design. Walk with me. The Culkin brothers as the DCU 3 Jokers. This is how I find out there's 3 of them. A little girl in my street has a very old pug with severe arthritis. Today, I saw her gently strap him into a baby stroller and wait for the postie so they could chase after it, running and laughing as the pup barked like hell. You know, just in case you forgot what love means. Little kids are so dumb. Are we there yet? Yeah, man, we're there. Our final destination is this random stretch of highway. Get it together. Billy Milligan was a criminal whose life was so disturbed that his mind fractured into at least 24 personalities. For each one, his speech pattern was different and his accents were different. He also sat different ways in a chair, eating pepperose pizza while sipping on Pippi soda. If only we were in Ohio. God forbid. I want to visit Ohio. Is this a bad idea? Today I learned those cupcake machines at airports blast music when you order. Hey, this guy likes sprinkles. I don't know what happened to me there. I once dove out the drive-through window while my coworker held my ankles to get a quarter that a lady had dropped in the road and told us we could keep. I almost had it, and then a car pulled up and made eye contact with me, so they reeled me back, and when she pulled up, she took our quarter. Psychological games. She won it. She deserved that quarter. You got mogged. I'm at the age where if my partner leaves her cell phone unlocked, I lock it. I have enough problems already. And this is how you get more problems. Why are you even doing that though? Just because it's unlocked doesn't mean you have to go through it. My cat is unbothered by everything and adores loves new places and people. Today at the vet's office, she was purring so loud the doctor couldn't hear her heartbeat, so she had to briefly cover her nose to stop the purring. 1 in 6 millennials have saved 100,000. Here's how much you should have at every age. On what planet? I'm a millennial, and if I thought any of my friends had this much cash saved, I would rob them myself. Please no more than 5 people in the elevator at a time, as not to have any issues. Maybe fix the other 2 and we won't have to cram into this one. Thanks, everyone that works here. I eat lunch leaf for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. People keep talking about mold, but is there a video of a new lunch leaf box being opened and there is mold in it? No. I stand corrected. There are videos, but I hadn't seen them. Idiot. Oh, it's a fake Logan account, but this is something Logan would tweet. New in NYC. A cube made from $11 million worth of solid gold sitting in Central Park. There are 100,000 homeless students in New York City. The original sin of the internet will be always relying on advertising to fund our information architecture. Without exaggeration, we messed up that one so bad. The exact moment Jonah Hill dropped his iced coffee. Jonah spill. Kermit the Frog is more iconic than Mickey Mouse, because if you heard someone named Mickey, you'd be like, okay, sure. But if someone said their name was Kermit, you would be like, huh? The frog? I don't know why, but I kind of get this. Today I learned that Spain had a king who was so malformed due to incest that he couldn't close his mouth and ended up destroying his entire dynasty. That's just how Spaniards are. I think as a society, we should go back to designing furniture with little feet. It would heal us. Please look me in the eye and tell me this doesn't spark joy. Kissing booth. Kiss my ass for, is that $1 or $2? I don't know, but I'd pay for it. Donkeys are cute. I love donkeys. Uh-oh. My car wants me to buy drugs. Contact dealer. Colleges. Why are students so broke? Also colleges. 500, even schools did this. Expensive textbooks, $10 sandwiches, and the fees. Do you ever think about how weird it is that the moral of Frankenstein is kind of less just grave robbing is weird and creepy, and more, take some responsibility if you're going to do so. If you create a large corpse, son, you better be ready to love him. The pink dolphins. Roughly only about 2,000 of these remain. Recently spotted off the coast of Amazon River. This is untrue. No, this is a bottlenose dolphin photoshopped pink. I thought there were pink dolphins. Maybe they are pink, but not this pink. Daily reminder that a Redditor spent his time crafting Trump's face out of horse feces.
I sure showed him.
Every vampire movie ever. Let's go and kill the vampire, but at night when he's the most vulnerable. Service fees to pay bills should be illegal. Why do I have to pay you to pay you? My apartment complex only takes card or cash. If you pay using card, they charge you a convenience fee, which is $51. The world has gone mad. I remember when a Freddo was 20p, or was it 10p? It was cheap. Back in my day, eggs and toilet paper were so abundant, we used to throw them at the houses of our enemies.
No way, Grandpa. Now we can't even get them if we wanted.
I am a violin maker, learning to tattoo, so here is a banana with the decoration from the Helios Strad violin. I am unemployed. Treat me on a date like this with some Netflix. I'm never leaving. Women be quick to want a date like this, but they little selves be full off 2 wings and 1 slice of pizza. Bro said keep the money. Which would you rather have? Get handed $750,000. Beat any NBA player in an MMA fight for 50 mil. Give me Paul George. Keep the money. This is personal. Genuinely, what is wrong with me? I hit a car and when it was time for me to leave, I didn't know what to do, so I side hugged the guy I hit. Why can I not have one not awkward encounter with a person? I'll never forget. It was my coworker's first day of work and he hugged all the staff goodbye before he left. The first girl I ever kind of really got to know. You know what I did when I was leaving? I took her back to her house. The date went really well. I shook her hand. I was like, I was 15. I didn't even know. I think she went in for a hug as well. It's so weird how you and my dad have all the same interests. Freud was right. Or was he? Didn't he get his theory wrong? I think it's regarding, the attraction to your mother, but it's not actually your mother. It's just the things that she does. The way she acts. It's not really how she looks. It's more her actions. I don't know. I could be waffling. When you get paid weekly, week 1, week 2. I would set a light goal for this, but it'd be really stupid to buy. Am I really gonna get the gorilla sofa with hands before getting a car? If this video gets 1 million likes, I will. The Wicked movie has recreated the iconic stage musical poster. They wanted to leave enough of their faces uncovered for them to be identifiable, but now it just doesn't look like the poster at all. Like, do the bit or don't, They ruined it. In English, they say, you're beautiful. But in poetry, we say, I wish I was one of your tears so I could be born in your eyes, run down your cheek and die on your lips. What even goes on here? You're a British man. It's like a 4-hour drive. Just go find out.
Well, actually, I'm in London, so it would take me at least 9 hours.
I think. Wait, let me check. 10 hours. I was close. It's not like driving in America, though. The roads are narrow. You're driving with death. America's roads are massive. And don't get me wrong, I do love America. America, but when I went to America for the second time, Texas, this was earlier this year, September, the first Uber I got, bro, I thought he was a race car driver. He was like, thankfully I didn't die, but I thought I was gonna die. And on my first day, I nearly got robbed walking downtown. Basically, I got to my hotel. I was walking out, there was a 7-Eleven about a 10-minute walk away downtown. So I was just walking, I think it was like 6 p.m. And these group of people, like 6 people walked up to me asking me for money. And they were kind of pressing me. Where are you from? You know, but thankfully I was basically right next to the 7-Eleven. So I just went in the 7-Eleven. And then as soon as I went into the 7-Eleven, these people were arguing in there and screaming at each other. I was like, what is going on? And then I got an Uber. And then the Uber guy was like, damn, you shouldn't be here. This is dangerous. And I'm like, bro, what the heck, man? But overall, I like the trip to Texas, and I also want to visit other places in America. So if you have any recommendations and what I can do there, I want to see what other states are like.